Yes, good morning. Thanks for joining. I know it's Friday, it's very early. Yes, I hope we won't take too much of your time here. So my name is Luke. I'm here with Christian. We are from Oracle. We work with, we deliver services where main feature is technical account management. So we'll talk a little bit about this. But instead of just going through standard marketing material, we decided to take different approach, and we will focus on a typical day in the life of a TAM. But first, Christian, a few words, of introduction from your end.
Yeah, my name is Christian, as it says here. Contact details will be on the last slide as well. I'm with Oracle for not as long as other presenters showed yesterday, so not 20, 30 years, just 9 years this summer. And yeah, being a part of Luke's team since then, here in Europe, part of a larger global team in the end. That working together, and we provide services, among OTM, WMS, and all kind of other SaaS products in Oracle. And just here today to show you a little bit how a usual day of a TAM looks like, technical account manager in our team.
Thank you. Now, yesterday we attended several sessions where we did hear about great ideas, great successful projects, interesting features, but behind all of this, we often see some daily struggles. There are some problems with implementation, where some bugs may surface. There may be some external factors. All of these can contribute to dissatisfaction, frustration, or most importantly, delays that may be blocking your implementation. So in a way, this is the problem that we are trying to address here with technical account management feature. And this is likely one of several potential solutions to this challenge. But that's one that we deliver, and that's one that we decided to share with you here. So we will split presentation into two parts. First, we'll cover typical day of a TAM, and at the end we dive a little deeper into the service itself. So typical day, typical journey. We put it in an order, but all these activities, in most part, can happen in almost any order. So we start our day in a way with sort of damage assessment. We check what's going on with our accounts, and our accounts are not only OTM. We look after the whole portfolio. Many SaaS products, Fusion, ERP, EPM, service, marketing, all of this is covered by our group. And typically, TAMs have 4, 5, 8 accounts to work with. So when we all join our morning stand-up call, we check what's hot in a given day. We check what happened overnight, what happened over the weekend, if there are any notes to follow from our colleagues in APAC or from the previous day in North America. Whenever we come across anything interesting in the news that relates to our product or our customers, we share this. We try to simply get ready to face the day and everything that comes with it. If there are any escalations or anything that needs additional attention from Oracle or from specifically from our team, we decide how we best approach this to get quickest results. Whenever we see that one of our colleagues or someone from our group needs help, we then offer the help. And because we work with so many products, it's very hard to specialize in everything. So in our group, some may be very strong in ERP and not so much in OTM. So we during these calls we try to share everything we have collectively to make a kind of build a service that is equal to all our customers, no matter who is assigned to given account. And Christian, if I miss anything important, please step in.
Okay. Will do.
Yes, we often, if there is nothing hot going on, and this is also important, if there is no escalation, no SRs to work on, we then step into a very proactive mode. We look for some solutions or proof. Well, we try to build proof of concept, something that customers can then make their own. Whenever we hear about something interesting from one of our accounts, we try to then anonymize it and share with others. So there is a lot going on around lessons learned and pitfall avoidance through our service. And all of this is discussed during this morning catch-up call.
One thing, we also regularly invite other teams, so support teams, for example, for a quick catch-up once a week. So we can exchange, we can talk directly to support management in these meetings. What's going on? What's hot?
Yes, this is a good point. So we are very well aligned with many support teams. So every product has its own team that supports it. So we have contacts with management, with individual agents. So whenever something happens, something that is reported by you as a customer or partner, we have some additional channels to engage with those teams. And yes, we plan the day. We decide what we do next, depending on priorities. Then comes service request triage. So as I mentioned, every TAM has a number of accounts to work with. So every day we check if there is anything new logged, if there is anything that we can fast track, or whether we can prioritize it by our internal network. What else? Yes, what is important here, that even without us diving deep into what is logged in the past, say, 24 hours by our accounts, there is alerting system. So whenever you raise high severity issue with Oracle, the entire team gets notified. This is service. This is severity 1, severity 2, right? So the whole team gets notified that something happened, and typically this is the TAM that is assigned steps in and follow up with a call. But there are cases where that given individual is busy with other escalations that may be happening at the time, and this is where the teamwork kicks in, and yes, others step in and assist. But in essence, whatever is happening at your end, whenever you raise issues with us, we as a group we know about it, and sometimes we start work before we talk, before we follow up with a call to you. Once we see what's going on our accounts, we prioritize. We see if there is any additional information needed on on what you logged, and over time, your assigned TAM gets to know your environment. So whenever you raise SR, we see that there is tendency that to get straight to the point and start talking about a problem without a context. So whenever we see that there is something missing, we add this context, we add this additional information, so there is no pushback from support. There are no additional questions asked by support, and they get straight to us solving the problem. And yes, that's pretty much. And yes, whenever there is a need for additional expertise, first we explore options within our group, and there are people with different backgrounds, different skill sets. So in most cases, we are able to understand or support your issue within our group. Sometimes we may we may have to go outside to talk to the likes of COE, development, product management, operations, or support. But this is the essence of this activity here. And now, yes, we are getting to a little more serious stuff. So I'll hand over to Christian, the TAM. So yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Christian.
Thank you. That alert was my trigger. So unfortunately, bad things can happen. So sometimes things go wrong and don't go as we would like them to go. And that's where customer escalation kicks in. So in the hopefully unlikely event that we have a site down, something happens, a customer site goes down, an issue has occurred, the customer obviously logs the severity 1 ticket right away, which triggers, as Luke mentioned, an alert to all of our team members. So the TAM who is responsible for that customer usually picks it up. First thing to do is talk to the customer. So we've called the customer, call you, talk to you, reassure you that we're on it. Next thing is we go to support, talk to support, make sure it's handled with the highest priority, every hands on deck. And you already get, as if you have a technical account manager, you already get a higher priority. So if there are 2 severity 1s locked at the same time, so if it's a pod issue, then the one with having a TAM will get a little bit higher priority than the others when it comes to responses and working on it. So we look if there's anything related as ours, as it says here. The next thing we often do is we try to reach out to support and see if there's a call needed. So we join a bridge call with the customer, with support. If needed, we also pull in other teams in Oracle. So we make sure that the necessary people are involved, be it from development, be it from operations, or larger teams. Everything to resolve the issue at hand as quickly as possible. In this case, the resolution path is identified and the issue is resolved in just an hour, which is the dream scenario. Obviously, it doesn't always happen that quickly. So if it takes longer, we have agreements with our customers that we keep them updated. So apart from the initial call, we either call them once an hour, send an email. With some customers, we have agreed to give them a call every 30 minutes to just keep them up to date. What's the latest? Where are we? Do we have a resolution ETA yet? And when will the issue be resolved? So that shows here where you see the differences. So without a TAM, you need to call support yourself. If you have anything, if tickets don't get handled, you need to call out to support yourself or press the escalation button and hope that a manager will call you back. If you have a TAM, you have a direct line. So you can call your TAM and he will take care of everything. He will make sure that support handles it with the necessary priority. And as mentioned, if you don't have a TAM, you compete with other SRs while with a technical account manager, they get prioritized right away.
We should make it clear that we are not part of technical support. So
Yeah.
we are not those who fix your problems when you report them. You can think of a technical account manager as a bridge to many internal or single point of contact that allows you, well, gives you access to many different teams, support, operations, and well, product development, center of excellence. And you may see similar thing happening through your relationship with client success managers in some cases, but well, the difference is that, well, we are technical, so we are better placed to act quickly on technical queries. And we often say that, well, the difference between TAM and CSM here is that CSM will tell you where you should be, while we handhold you and walk you through the whole journey to get there. So more or less the same thing, just different approach.
Yep. And also, one of the good things is if you log a support ticket, doesn't have to be severity 1, but any support ticket, one of the first questions you usually get back from support is, can you provide your environment details? Be it which is the URL, what is the name of the instance, and so on and so on. It's ideally you provide that initially, but sometimes there are so many details you cannot all put that in, or you forget something. And that's also where a TAM can be really helpful, because we can, although we're not part of support, we do have access to the same systems. So we can either leave a note for the engineer or actually get in contact with him, send him a Slack message, and make sure that he is aware of all the background, so he doesn't, to reduce the number of times it goes back and forth. Just simply put it that way. Escalations, as mentioned, there is an escalation button, but it's often takes time. I've heard from customers that they are not happy because they didn't get a call back from the manager as they expected, which isn't really, sometimes support managers decide, okay, it's enough when the engineer goes back to the customer, and having a technical account manager helps in that regards, because we can jump in. If it's not the manager that calls you back, it will be your TAM. And I always like to put it in a way, we are kind of your voice within Oracle. So the inside voice, because we have the direct links to all the necessary departments, and we can speed things up so you get a faster resolution with the right people from the start. Then back to normal mode, I would say. We already covered these R reviews. We already had an escalation. Now back to normal, which is we're preparing for a customer meeting. So once in a week usually, depends on the customer, sometimes every 2 weeks. We do have a customer meeting. So we have a call with our customers, and that's where we prepare for in advance. And for that we have a TAM workbook, which I'll be showing a little bit here. It's usually an Excel sheet, so I'm not showing the Excel sheet, but the biggest points on it and the most important points, obviously most important and at the top front is the OpenSR tracker. So we track all SRs. So in preparation for the meeting, we look through all the OpenSRs, see what's the latest on them, if there are any actions that need to be taken, if there is if the priority has changed or needs to be changed, if there is, if the next action is on the customer or on Oracle, and where we can help. Another part of that Excel sheet can be or is often the P2T, product to test refresh planning. With OTM, GTM, WMS, it's still something where customers need to raise a ticket if they want to get their test environments refreshed. And usually customers have a certain plan internally, obviously, where things need to happen. and the TAM ensures that reminds them to raise the hour on time, so it gets into the calendar before the calendar is full. Because if you pick a certain date and you're too late and that calendar for refreshes is already full on that date, you don't get that spot that you need or whatever would like to have. So that's very important where we help. Then with every release, as we have also heard yesterday with, for example, Redwood, there is often an optional opt-in, opt-out possibility. So you can decide, oh, great, that's a new feature, but actually doesn't fit in our timeline. We opt out of it for the time being. But then at some point it will become mandatory, like the Redwood, what we heard yesterday. So to avoid that you're suddenly surprised after an upgrade with, oh, I thought we opted out, why is it here now, and we cannot switch it back. So your TAM tracks all these opt-out features, reminds you well in advance that there is something coming, that it will become mandatory with a certain point, and I'll get a little bit deeper into that in one of the next slides. Another topic is maintenance notifications. So the usual, what is sent out by our systems, upcoming patches, release notes, and so on. So we bundle that for the meeting, update everything, so we have one view overview of all the things coming and happening. Another more informative part is webcasts and events. We heard a little bit about Cloud Customer Success yesterday. So there are webinars, and it's sometimes difficult to find everything in the Idea Lab and in Cloud Customer Connect, so we can assist, put it into a nice order with registering links and everything for you, so you can pick and choose and don't have to read through dozens of emails or search yourself. And then last but not least, customer projects. So obviously customers have their own internal timeline agenda, things that need to happen. It can be everything from product-related stuff like analytics migrations, something to do with Golden Gate setup. So we track the status of these things, integrations, whatever, and make sure that nothing gets lost or fall off the radar. So in that weekly call, the TAM comes well prepared. We've already done our homework when joining the call with you, and yeah, try to make the best out of it.
Christian, couple of comments. Yesterday we did hear a lot about AI, and there is AI involved in what we do. It supports individual activities, but intentionally we keep it out of the link between us and the customer. For as long as there is appetite for this, we would like to keep this human touch between you, customer, your partner, and us. Again, as long as there are others out there who would like to listen to all of this, we'll continue this way. Another point to add. Customer meetings. So it's not only the TAM that shows up there. Often we invite others to show their expertise. Sometimes talk about something interesting they witnessed, observed, but mainly internal contacts. But there are cases where we invite other customers from our group or individuals from our accounts we work with, and we then create a platform for those customers to collaborate, to exchange ideas. So you can think of it as a very small version of what you experienced here yesterday. But this is more like 2 or 3 contacts from different groups talking at the same level, often technical. And this is just not to say complain about support or a number of bugs they have, just what they do best, what they would like to share. Well, typically we pick contacts to eliminate any conflict of interest, so we don't want those that are organizations that are competing with each other on the call. But that's our backend work.
Okay. I'll see. I need to speed up a little bit. I already touched on that one. So the opt-in, opt-out features, but it's nicely put here. So a new feature like the redwood design, I'll keep picking that one because it's a nice one, is introduced in the roadmap. As we heard yesterday, initially it will be an opt-in feature, so you can decide, maybe not yet, we're not there yet, we keep the old one. But it's important to keep track, and that's where your technical account manager helps and assists to say, okay, it's still mandatory, next two upgrades, but it will become an mandatory opt-in feature at some point. So we'll try to make sure that you're prepared, make sure that you're aware that it fits your timeline. We help with additional training or whatever is needed to make the transition as smooth as possible. Yeah, so we track everything, all the features you decided to initially opt out for. We alert you and help plan the testing and adoption timelines. Another thing that we heard a lot from our customers lately is analytics migration. So there is also mandatory migration from the Oracle Analytics Server, OAS, to Oracle Analytics Cloud. And we'll take that as a real-world example. So this slide is a little bit split. The top part is exactly what I was just mentioning, the migration. And these are points, really real-life examples that we heard from our customers. First of all, mandatory migration is always something that is a little bit difficult because it's not something that the customer plans for, that he wants to do maybe. So it's something Oracle sort of forces on you. So we try to help with that. If needed, we try to talk to development and product management, keep things, if need be, we can try to push things out. That happened actually with one of the customers that had some issues in a test environment. Another example were reports that required some updates. One of our customers also had reports that were running very long time, and with the migration in the Oracle Analytics Cloud, there's a 30-minute hard timeout limit. So these reports needed to be adjusted, improved, and that's something where we reached out to development and coordinated and helped optimizing these reports. The bottom part is mentioning a few other examples. We heard a little bit about Golden Gate and alternatives to it, but a lot of our customers still use Golden Gate as a middleware, and there are sometimes issues. Some things don't go as well as they should. There can be replication issues and the likes, where we try to help. Integration optimization. Obviously, if it's with ERP or any other system, be it Oracle or non-Oracle internal systems from customers, we try to assist where we can, pull in the right people. Luke mentioned already the Center of Excellence that is available as well. So apart from development, we have a couple of resources we can reach out to, product management if need be, and get things optimized. We heard a lot about AI, and initially it started couple years earlier already, before AI became a big thing, with machine learning. That's also part of AI, not generative AI, but AI still. That's where we had some customers having issues, and where we helped with the adoption and assisting them. And then obviously AI agents coming big now and in the next releases, so 26B, as we heard yesterday as well, Agent Studio. So that's also an area where a technical account manager can be there to help and assist you, do trainings, whatever is needed to make you ready to adopt the new features. Now, a lot of the work we've done so far in the day has been reactive. So we reacted on escalations and the likes. But there is a big part of our work, as Luke also mentioned, is proactive. So we try to be one step ahead. So we try to anticipate on issues that might be coming. And we, in this case, proactive management, we shift from firefighting to forward planning. And we picked a couple of silos here. So release planning and readiness is one of them. So what we do is, there is obviously, I remember very vividly the roadmap slides that are fully packed with features, but as a customer you might not use all of them. So what we try to do, or what we do as technical account managers, is we put a shortened version together that is really customized to your needs, to what you are using, so you don't get to look through new features that are of no interest for you. So we focus on the ones you need. We mentioned the opt-in, opt-out impact analysis, the update scheduling, which is, if you have Golden Gate, you can a little bit more pick and choose which version you're going to upgrade to. We're also trying to assist with the UAT after an upgrade, cutover, and together we also provide review on the cloud readiness documentation. Then the middle part, innovation and adoption guidance. Be new features like the previously mentioned AI agents coming in 26B, health checks, technical knowledge transfers. If there is a new item that you're not using yet but you're interested in, we can help. As Luke said, we can pull someone in from internally from Oracle, from a different team, to maybe give a demo and do a little bit deeper dive and provide some training in a sense. And then last but not least, governance and risk mitigation. So apart from the weekly reviews, we also do usually quarterly service reviews where we dive a little bit deeper in how well did support do, and provide a little bit of a trend analysis. We help with the change management coordination for the upgrades, and yeah, post-release validation. Metrics is a good point here that one of my colleagues brought up for this meeting. So it's touching a little bit on the logs, what we heard about yesterday as well. Not always, you will not always be possible to capture the logs. So sometimes your system is slow or not reacting, and support will still ask you, can you provide logs? And there are ways to set these up running in the background so you get the logs still, even if the system is kind of unresponsive or slow, you can still get the logs and can provide them to support, and support can then use them to fix the problem quicker. I already touched on P2T refreshes, so quickly looking on the time. As mentioned before, we keep track of everything that you're deciding to opt out. No, sorry, not opt out. So we keep track of your calendar, if you like, when you need to have these refreshes happen. We also have an eye on the internal P2T calendar, obviously. And then that helps us to remind you in time, you need to raise a ticket this week to ensure that you get the desired spot. once the ticket is raised, we follow up with support operations as need be, make sure you get the desired spot, it works, everything. After the refresh, if there's Golden Gate involved, that might require a post-refresh restart. And yeah, in the end, it's up to you to verify if everything is well and good in the test environment. And yeah, we both talked before about all the different teams, and that's still not everything. Our Center of Excellence, for example, is missing. But just to give you a little bit of an overview, so we obviously have a strong relationship with technical support. We talk regularly to development, product management, to operations, and we obviously have other TAMs, and that's one of the next one, this one actually. So we do have something we like to call focus group meetings, where all the TAMs working on the same product come together once a week and just exchange what is currently going on, what's hot, what's happening in the OTM, GTM, WMS space. Are there any new developments? Are there alerts, active escalations, best practices are shared from among customers, lessons learned. So often issues where one customer had problems with and that could be resolved one way or the other can be applied to other customers. So that's where we exchange these lessons learned, which in the end helps you to get issues once they either be ahead of the issues before they even happen, or get them resolved quicker if they come around the corner. Yeah, and then closing the day off with our evening stand-up. So we had our morning stand-up where we had a handover more or less from our JPEG team to EMEA. Then the EMEA team works through their day, does their SR reviews, prepares for customer meetings, and so on. And obviously we have an evening stand-up then where the EMEA team again meets with the North America, Latin America team to hand off everything. So that's our 24/7 follow the sun model. And the US team then can either works on obviously their own customers, but they can also follow up and help out if there are urgent things like there's something planned in the middle of the night, EMEA time, because it's not interrupting the daily work. And then the TAM, the assigned TAM can reach out to a colleague in North America and ask, can you keep an eye on it during your working hours and ensure that everything runs smoothly? And on top of all of it, although it's at the bottom here, is our 24/7 TAM on call service. So we're really not a call center, but every one of us is once in a while for a week, we're on call, meaning we're there 24/7. So if something happens unexpected in the middle of the night and you need to log a ticket, if it's a severity 1, the TAM on call will get alerted, will jump out of bed if needed, go on the phone, call you, and make sure that what we explained before is followed up on, and yeah, we go through things and get things resolved. And that's where I'll hand back to Luke.
Yes.
And you need to rush, I'm sorry.
Just a few more moments. Yes, thanks, Christian. So we covered a lot already in terms of scope of the service. So what is important to say is that we are flexible. So we adjust to what you need and pick what really matters to you, with one exception. So we had some cases where customers were telling us we are good on support side, we don't have anything broken, there is no need to meet this week or this month. That's not right. That's not right approach. This is the perfect place we want to be in. That there is nothing on reactive side, and we can focus on proactive. We can talk about all these value-adding components. Talk about proof of concepts and bring expertise from other customers. It all happens when reactive side is, when everything on reactive side is under control. So whenever customer says, yes, we don't need to meet because there is nothing hot going on, we, well, not really insist, but we encourage customers to stay on the call and talk to us. And talking about the call, this is our main collaboration platform with our customers. Typically, it's a once a week. But if there is something hot going on, like a major migration or outage that is very that has very strong impact on your operations, we can switch to our daily stand-up calls and keep you updated on the progress. It would be very impractical to continue for long with this frequency, but typically we just need a few days, or customers need a few days to get this extra reassurance that everything is back to normal, and then we switch to our weekly cadence. And the very last slide here, typical cases where this service is a good fit. So the first point, major migration. So you have something in making, something that may potentially be a good source of support interaction, something that is likely to break frequently. A break not necessarily because something is faulty. Sometimes you're stepping into something totally new, and because you don't know, or partners may not necessarily know the environment they operate in, often we see issues raised that are more like how-to type of questions. So major migration is a good example. Complex integrations with internal Oracle systems or anything external. This is also a good case for bringing in service like ours. Maximize your investments. We are not sales. We will never tell you, yes, buy this or buy that, spend money. We are there for you to make, so you get most out of what you already have. Occasionally we can suggest a few things, like recently there are quite interesting things available in OCI, like Oracle Functions, Apex, that is on top of Oracle database. So this is something that we would share with you. Often it's included in a free tier with an OCI, so we are not really selling, just suggesting that there is something useful out there. But in essence, yes, if you are looking into getting most out of what you already have, we are good fit there, providing that you are open to this proactive engagement with us. If you are one of those few that want to stick with our reactive side, that maximizing on investment may take a little longer for you. Faster issue resolution, we touched on this. Two cases really there. One, issues on TAM-enabled accounts are prioritized, so faster issue resolution. And the other point, we provide contextual information, so we eliminate some back and forth between you customer or you partner and our technical support. And finally, strategic partnership. And that's kind of, well, a collection of previous points, plus lessons learned, and this channel to other customers, other teams out there. It's all about yes, helping you to be successful. And what we have here, just yes, what you've learned today. So what we offer, what typical TAM day looks like, and yes, when it seems a good fit to talk to us or talk to your Oracle contact about our service.
Yeah, and you've seen how everything works together. And what I missed to mention, we're not competing against any of these wonderful sponsors and partners. We're not competing because we're not an implementation partner or partner in that sense. We do have customers that do have partners, and we work together with them very well usually. So we're not competing against them.
communication is the key there. So we often right at the beginning get on a call together, and we discuss the boundaries. So what is our scope, what is their scope. Occasionally there is a little bit of overlap, but this is something that we can walk through.
Yeah, we're running out of time, I'm
Okay,
afraid.
that's
So
it then. Thank you.
we'll skip the Q&A unless you have something urgent you want to raise. Otherwise, I'll leave that on for a moment. So you can get in contact with us if you have any follow-up questions as well. And thanks for your time.
Thank you.